Is it?
Benjamin Blue said by me.
We just come out of a heavy downpour.
Rick said Bobby's hungry beware. Anna Metallica
Really shortcut it.
said take care of me and thanks for letting me know of the checkpoint.
I've got everyone that's here speaking this book, and the only way as a teacher I can figure things out is by reading the source material. And I find that our own people, our own researchers aren't reading anything, so they only know their own research, and it's very, very difficult. There's the bee. The bee had like suction cups on its fingers. He was explaining. Here's Colonel Corso's, for those people that don't believe that any of his background, he did the Korean War. He did World War II, the Battle of Monte Cassino, for people that remember that. He was the head of intelligence. This is a man where we should have been reading everything about him, because he makes it true. He makes it real. He's the real insider. And he was the head of the Allied Intelligence Room from 1944 till 1947. He spoke to the Pope about releasing the Nazis that at that time the Vatican, I guess, was releasing and sending to South America. He talked about his life, and there he is. There's the colonel. He was awarded a medal by the Italian government. Here he is, the bronze medal. Here we are in Rome, and we have TV, and he's on The Tonight Show. We put him on The Tonight Show. Here's his book in Italian, and here I am with him, and and this is the mandate you saw, but I'm glad you heard him say that. He wanted us to keep talking. You know, we need to keep talking even though he's not here, because he was a brave person. He's one of the real insiders. And here is a synopsis of the autopsy. He said he went to Fort Belvoir and saw the autopsies of the bodies. He had also been to Wright-Patterson Field. He's seen the craft. This was part of his job, working for General Trudeau. And I said, how come you're talking, Colonel? I mean, how come you're talking? This is so dangerous. And he said, well, you know, I have 3 grandchildren. 3, and they were boys, and we brought them over. They were like 12 and 9 and 7 years old. He said, it is for the young people of the world that they should know the truth. He said, that's why I'm talking. He said, it's very important that the young people know. And he also said that, you know, that we needed to change our worldview. And changing our worldview means the way we think. What it is not what we see. And here, and I hope you were able to read that, because that was what the being was like. 4-lobe brain, he had 2 implants in the brain, which is artificial intelligence, what we were talking about earlier. 1 lung, a different lymphatic system, 5 toes, no ears, no nose, no mouth, 4 fingers, stomach, 1 lung, and body, blood, and heart, but it was made to fly in space. And here's his handwritten, and that's in my book. So here I am with Monsieur Balducci and John Mack and Dr. Michael Wolf and other people I interviewed. Here's Adriano with Colonel Corso. And these are all insiders. Now, am I finished doing this? I was hoping I was. And then Emery came up on the screen. I really, here's the craft, the propulsion system. It's inside the book. Here's the drawing of it. This is the most important thing for most military people. They don't really are not interested in who's in there or what they're doing or whatever. It is to gain the upper hand in the propulsion, and we already have it. I mean, we definitely must have had it. I mean, it's 70 years since Roswell. And here's Colonel Corso. Here we are together in Rome with him. I don't know if you recognize her. I was teaching Ursula Andress' son Dimitri, and he asked me if he could meet Colonel Corso because he and his father had gone to Area 51, And then Ursula, and it was really funny because we met in a hotel, and Ursula ended up talking to Colonel Corso, and the son didn't get in a word edgewise, Dimitri. The San Marino document. Okay, you need to know about this. What Colonel Corso did in 1998 is if like Grenada, if a small country makes a resolution at the United Nations, you can open up the UFO question. And the Independent Republic of San Marino, it's like Monaco, did make a resolution. And so all of us were there. You see Robert Dean, you see Michael Heseman, Colin Andrews. That's Desmond Leslie. I'm going to talk about Desmond Leslie tomorrow. He's the one that wrote the books on Abdamski. And there we are. And that's the Pescara Conference. But later on, there's Sergeant Robert Dean, who was in SHAPE headquarters in NATO. Later on, with Boris Chernoff, we were in San Marino in 1998, and Colonel Corso signed the document to open up the UFO question. Did it get to the United Nations? No, because they changed political parties and it was stuck there. Have efforts been made? Yes, Grenada, a country, a small country in the 70s with astronaut Gordon Cooper, Alan Hynek, Jacques Vallée. Grenada, Sir Eric Gehry tried to open it up to the United Nations. Now use your imagination. What kind of can of worms would this ever be if you open this question up to the United Nations? However, things are changing. Here he's talking about fiber optics. I'm next to him coming out of the flying saucer. Here I am with him. Here's Colin Andrews and Gilles Bourdet and David Jacobson, Bud Hopkins with him. The international group of people that were involved in this. And the Independent Republic of San Marino hosted it, and it didn't go very far, unfortunately. Here's the Tonight Show. We put Colonel Corso on the Tonight Show. It was really interesting. Maurizio Costanzo was the host of the Italian show, and he basically said to Colonel on stage, were there other crashes? Colonel said yes, and Maurizio said to him, don't talk about it. Right on stage, don't talk about the other ones. So what's going to happen? What's happening now? It's really funny because I love the idea that there are young people here. I have 2 children. They're older, in their 40s, and they do not want to hear about this. They've never read any of my books, and they've never seen me on YouTube or on TV because they say that it has nothing to do with their actual lives. And so I've had to go ahead and do this work, and very logically, without the support of family. But I can understand it, because if you digest this reality, and I really mean this, it changes your life. And you can't go back to the way it was, because then you have to change your world view. And this is where I'm saying it's going to come out. My kids, in fact, saw the New York Times article, and they basically said, Mom, evidently UFOs are real because it was in the New York Times. So that made me legitimate, that New York Times article that just came out, the ridiculousness of that. That they're coming out with, and now the idea of creating a space force. We've always had a space force. It's what's coming out is a way of legitimizing this whole situation. And basically, I really want to change. Here's Colonel Corso. He died in 1998, and I went to his grave to put a flower from my office in Rome, because we loved him very much. I mean, he really did a lot for us, and I went to see his family in Lucy. Messages from the stars. This is a UFO configuration over St. Petersburg, Florida, just before Hurricane Katrina, and I'll talk about messages from space people. I don't think these are Christian UFOs. This is what we recognize, and that comes from Jaime Maussan. So about legitimacy of the UFO field. I want to take away the stigma of it being UFO. These things happen. It is part of our history. We may need to rewrite history. If we get a gift like a craft with all kinds of technology in it, you're not going to throw it in the trash. You are going to try, it's 70 years now, 70 years since Roswell. You're going to try to replicate it and bring out the technology slowly when whoever is in charge of it wants it. But what we've got going here is we have a problem because we need the technology now. And that technology, and in order to be, there's the former defense minister of Canada, there's Al Gore talking about inconvenient truth. If we could get these technologies that are gifts, I mean, they're gifts because of what's happened in our history, then maybe we'd have a chance. Are they real? Yes. Are they here for a reason? Yes. If you read Fated Giant, Captain Robert Salas talks about being in a bunker in Maelstrom Air Force Base 1967 when UFO shut down 10 nuclear missiles that had 10 missiles that had nuclear warheads. One right after the other, after the other. And this is when we had been pointing at Russia, and they actually accelerated the codes in Russia, pointed at us. Did they go off? No. They just basically said, we are here. Your nuclear capacity is dangerous. Please watch out. And I think that there's enough there, and you've seen my picture with Edgar Mitchell. When I asked him, do you think Earth is ready for contact? He said no, if you read the article. He said, because, he said, our spirituality does not match our technology. Now, there's a difference between spirituality and religion. Our morality, our spirituality does not match our technological skills. So I hope I've left you with something to think about. The book that I wrote is based on audio tape, every bit of it. And I hope the Colonel is listening, because I've done the best I can. I have to learn 180 pages, like he said. And I'm looking forward to a new world if we could take it.
The discovery of an alien civilization would be the absolute ultimate noble.
No. No, I had coffee this morning. Now that I think of it. But my...
I was gonna say, how are you even functioning right now?
Wow.
I had one cup of coffee yesterday, and that's it. I haven't had any coffee today yet, so I'm gonna wait till right before
storm track on it. So
There you go.
Nathaniel's running.
Dude, that's my favorite.
Nathaniel's running the wheel today, so I'm just.
Is he doing it the whole day?
Yes, no. No, I don't think not the whole day.
They just issued a severe thunderstorm watch for Colorado, so should have gone to Colorado.
How are things going over there anyway? They got.
I mean, where do you get the tornado watch up here, right?
What?
What'd you say?
I said, how are things going over there in Colorado?
I mean, there's no like storms really yet. Let me look at their MD here. I kind of wanted to see what their MD
I
said.
can read it.
Tornado sub 95 mile per hour. So that's the peak tornado intensity is less than 95 mile per hour.
Let me read it to you.
They don't really mention anything.
60% chance of a watch. That's way too much for me. Okay.
They do have a low. They have a 10% chance of 2 or more tornadoes. Watch.
Yeah, they don't have much cape over there. Of course, they don't need as much, but
They don't need any. Tornadoes just spawn. They just happen.
South Dakota's got their MD. That's been out for quite a while. It's,
Yeah, we should get a new MD though at some point.
they got a 60% chance of a watch. And they also have tornado intensity up to 95 miles per hour. So,
Oh snap! There you go.
and then here we got a couple storms firing in Nebraska. So.
Yeah, we do. We're kind of smack dab in between the two MDs right now. So
Low clouds over there. See the edge of our anvil now going up. So let's go ahead and take this. Take a left here on this 281. We're gonna take it up to 92. What? Gosh. Pretty clear on this side.
what the? That's her. It's a white load, man. You just got precise stuff here, man.
Cricket
What?
Cricket Day says, I feel good about today's chase.
Yeah, it could be a good day. It's hard to say, but
Sonia,
I think there's enough
welcome.
there. There's enough there for it to be a good day. So.
I think that's the base of our storm. Boy, there's a lot of trees in Nebraska. Some places. That's the base of our storm out there. We're gonna get out there, get under
The
this.
guys, the big turkey vulture. Yeah,
I hit the big 19K milestone today.
Hey, congratulations, Dad.
Yeah. Well, we're looking at the 20K is the one that we're really looking at. So, but you got to get to 19 before you get to 20. So
There's no such thing as being satisfied.
that's right.
Never be satisfied. Are you still headed for that storm?
Yeah.
You got a visual of it?
Yeah, I can see the base, but there's so many clouds between me and the top of it. I don't know what it looks like. So still, but we are very close. The tower of it is up there somewhere. The base is clearly in sight. See a little scud floating under there. Matter of fact, it's firing north of Osceola.
Yeah, there are some cells mounting.
Got trees there, you can't see anything right now. Now you can see. Oh, storm.
Yeah, we got tons of cumulus up here, so that's definitely
Yeah, you got the cumulus, all right.
Cumulus. Now the question is do we get
Justin Wind Dancer, welcome in. Justin Wind Dancer Media.
Alright, we got a new triple R coming in here.
Oh, really? So you want to take, let's see, we want 92. Highway 92, you're going to take a right. It's up here 2.1 miles.
It's
Just want to be sure we were locked in on that.
lovely stuff.
Seismic Mike, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for that comment. Trying to do the right things. Not only for ourselves, but for our viewers. Try to get you on the coolest stuff. And not miss all the tornadoes.
Well, your storm down there got higher income tops now again, so back up to 47,000.
Oh, the one down there at Edgar's got a special statement on it now. And our Columbus storm has a cell. It's got 0.5 inch hail on it. And now
Yeah, I see the Edgar cell down there. So.
our storm has half-inch hail.
Well, it's not dead. It's still going. So
No,
it's
it's
pretty
not.
impressive how long it's stuck around there.
I haven't killed it yet, so. on this for about 5-ish miles. I think we're on the right part of the storm over here. Actually, I'm not pushing, so it's right up in there. Start looking for a road and pull off on. We're just gonna watch it here for a minute. There's a rising scud right there.
Rising sky.
Kind of high base, but we got some scud forming underneath it.
We're seeing ourselves looking like up here.
Let's go ahead. Got a road coming up here very quickly, so I'll tell you when to start slowing down. We're gonna let go left. See our storm road. I'll tell you.
Got a sign we're close to the corner cafe, but we can't
It's
go there.
right up here, just over this thing. Yeah.
Yeah, alright, well, Dad, I'll let you guys go. You guys
All right.
focus up and lock in what you gotta get done.
Sounds good. But
We're
we
gonna
might
hit O'Neill.
might connect with you here pretty soon later.
Okay, we're gonna hit O'Neill first, and
Okay.
it might be there real quick, and then
Sounds good.
we're gonna blast out of O'Neill. And
Okay, you guys have a great chase, and we'll talk to you later.
thank you. Coming into Chambers.
I got a cousin that lives there too.
I know. That's what kind of got me thinking about it. I went through Burwell with Burwell, and then it's got to go through Chambers. So.
Let's see here. Just
Just get past this tree.
yeah, maybe get up on top of that next hill. See, she said hi, Julie. Who is Julie? Is that Sister Julie or?
Not you.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. Yes, Julie. Julie. Julie Carter Art Studio. All right, why don't you just pull over right about top of this hill. I'm just kind of point it that way, just a little bit slower. There you go, right there. All righty.
Alright, well, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.
All right, this is our area of inflow on our storm. And this is the storm by Cushing, Nebraska. Go ahead and show you what we're looking at here on the radar. It's this storm right here. It's north of Palmer, east of Cushing, Nebraska. Got some lightning on it, starting to build its core a little bit. And then there's some storms back here by Columbus as well that are firing. Got a severe warned one up there in South Dakota. And we've got a severe thunderstorm in Nebraska, Fairfield, and Clay Center. That's what we got. Yeah, at the moment. So let's figure this out, bud. Figure it out. Yeah, I don't know what to make of it. I mean, we got a severe thunderstorm to our south, but probably up north it's going to be better, but eventually, let's see if there's any current model. This is what's firing. Let's see, let's go ahead and pull up a model and look at. So it still shows up there, so we might have to go. The weird thing is it doesn't show anything happening here. So some stuff happening. So we might have to just move north, but it would be easy to get that. We're right here. We're right here. That's our county right there. I think we ought to head north, actually. I think we can get up north though pretty quickly. Models really don't show this doing a whole lot down here, but let's see, what's that? In the meantime, let's figure out a route to we're just trying to figure it out here. So don't see anything just really firing just yet up there, so maybe we could get closer to this one. Let's see. Definitely the core of the storm has increased. Now our storm is severe. Show them. Okay, so the storm we are on here has now got a severe warning on it. You can see right here. So here's where we're looking from, the blue circle, and it just got a severe thunderstorm warning on our storm. Why don't we go down to Palmer? No. Palmer's here, we haven't made it over that yet. Let's go with some gravel. Let's go up to the next fire stop because then we have a number of options to go on. So. And I'll keep an eye on the storm to make sure it doesn't start rotating under there for some reason. There's our storm out there. Base of it. Yep, after this road up here, you gotta go one more. These are mile sections. Maybe if you got a spot right about here, why don't we stop for a second? Is there a place right here we can just cut it, turn this way, and then just cut it towards the storm for a little bit? There we go. Let's just lock on it for a little while here. And I might get out and work on these windows too. We got 700 people watching, so please give the stream a like, and if you're new to the channel, we appreciate if you would subscribe as well. So let you hold that a second. Let me jump out. As we got,
That's why it was messing up yesterday.
why?
The mouse in that bag is messing it up sometimes.
Oh, is it the mouse in
I
there?
think so. 'Cause
Oh.
like you threw that back there and it highlighted a bunch of stuff.
Oh wow, that's weird. I'll have to shut it off. That's what I'll do. I'll
Yeah.
shut it off. see. How's it looking? See back to. Some glare on the window there, so it's kind of. Definitely keeping an eye on this severe thunderstorm here right now, just a little bit north and west of Central City, and that definitely has a nice lowering under it at the moment. Maybe developing a little bit of a cut right there, but I wonder if we should. Let's see, I think we're good here at the moment. So, I wonder if you just back up a little bit, like this, more straight, just a little. To get the glare out, I think it'll take a little bit of the glare out. If you just back up like that a little bit. Yeah, right about there. Stop. Too far, but that's good.
Well, is the glare still there?
No, it's better now.
Well, I know, but like it kind of.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. There's absolutely nobody out here right now. Ice tripping. Thank you for that super chat. Appreciate that very much. Good. Well, no, I didn't.
It's not working?
That part's not. Yeah, that's that looks like a wall cloud to me. It's not really rotating, but watching it closely. If it is, it's slow. It's kind of
It's
also developing a bit of a shelf, so but that's kind of hard to tell on this. Just a little bit of rotation on radar, so it's not really, it's more of a shelf, but
like slow.
it is slowly rotating. It is slowly. Let's see what else is going on. Anything up north yet? Because I don't want to. There's a little storm firing up in South Dakota, but now there's an MD out for our storms. What? On ours?
What is that big yellow place?
That's slight risk.
Slight risk. Dude, it's the same color as the severe.
Yeah, it is. And then this is the enhanced risk. I'll probably take that off for now because it's,
How'd you put it on?
well, these outlooks,
Oh, okay.
it's categorical. So if I say none, then they went away. So they put out an MD, and now there's a watch out. Let's see. They quickly put a watch out. Oh no! So there's an MD out. 40% chance of a watch for this area. Probably since there's just some isolated severe storms. Now look at that underneath it right there to the left. That's a pretty dark, strong looking scud underneath.
Right there?
Yeah.
It looks really weird.
Stay locked in right here. And one of the good things is that we are, at the moment, look over here by Silver Creek. We don't want to.
Dude, it's like
We got
Yeah,
one heading,
yes.
one heading right for the Shelby area. There is a storm there. That's probably going to get a severe warning on it here shortly. So we got 2 severe warned storms. Oh, got a truck coming, so back up. Nice fella, he waved. Let's go for a minute.
some people forget.
So right now, our storm is
Chat? What's he doing? Fred,
where?
look at him right there.
Wow, looking good, he says. Yep.
All his symptoms, man. Is this
Yeah, it was looking better. Now at the moment, it's kind of smoothing out under here, so I don't know. It doesn't look as crisp as it did, but let's see what the storm looks like on radar. Maybe it's developing something on the back side there on radar. Developing something over here. This is pretty much the area right here. It'll just stay. Yeah, Lisa. It's things are kind of developing on this one as the storm continues to build. It's severely warned and let's just go to here's the one. That. Let's see. So this is what our storm looks like on radar, and this is our positioning. This blue circle is our position. You can see the yellow, solid, more yellow colored box around this storm indicates that it is a severe thunderstorm. It took a severe thunderstorm warning on it. And some rotation on it, maybe on the back side here of it, which is the side we're on currently, but I'd have to look and see where the radar is on that. If I were to what radar are we using? Let's see, we are using the Hastings radar. So green's going toward, red's going away, so not really necessarily rotating. Thus it's kind of looking like that at the moment, so I think our storm is getting bigger, but right now it's struggling a little. Give it a little time. Let it puff a little. Let's see what else is out there. Down by Fairfield. suspicious things about it. So the storm is also barely moving, so just kind of parked here. Hi to you, Michelle. And to you, Mark and Alicia. Hello. Seismic Mike. Seems to be holding its own. It's really getting a lot bigger. It's getting the same. Actually backed off a little bit on its tail signature. So we're going to keep an eye up north. Richard. You went to school in St. Paul, okay. Maybe not Roy Richards, but the spouse of Roy Richards. Jackie. Welcome in, Jackie. Hope you enjoy the stream. Ransom's 1974. Where is Freddie? Freddie is north of us. He's up near Spencer, Nebraska, waiting for storms to fire up there, which we might end up going up. What are you looking for? Uniqlo? Who's school team? Somebody's school team name. So this storm continues to have a broad mezzo with some nice scud underneath it. I suppose we could actually zoom in on it a little bit and kind of see what some of the scud is doing. It's interesting how it just kind of hangs there, but it's water vapor that's forming. And it's kind of rising up into the storm. Our storm is actually weakening a little bit at the moment, so I'm going to take note of that. be a time to move north here soon. Let's see what radar we are on. Let's look at the Omaha radar, see if that shows us anything up north. Yeah, there's a storm right up there on the border. Is kind of hopping back up on this one a little bit. Let's see. Thinking the play might be up north, but see if you can aim it just a little bit this way now. Just keep this view while we're figuring out if we want to go north. Hey Peter, welcome in from the UK. Ian from the UK, Ian Whiting. Yes, there is a cell close to Columbus, which is now severe warned. North one is, I don't know why the south one. Okay, that might be it. Right now, yes, Lisa, good reminder. Please tap the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel, because we're going to be doing a lot more storm chasing with this channel on a much more regular basis. And oh yeah, let's just pull over here for a second. Go forward before we go this way. Just gonna do that. Okay. Us mechanics, we like to go in the ditch for some reason. Okay. Guys, like, what are you looking at? We're just watching this storm right now to see if it's going to get going any. Still early in the day here, but it is still severe warned. Time is it? It's 3:48. Tim, Travis sent 5 gifted memberships. You're the man, Travis. Thank you for those gifted memberships, and so all you new members who received a gifted membership, Michelle, Captain Jack, Edmund Cox, Madeline Rees, Scott Evans. You can thank Mr. Travis, give him a big W, and welcome in new members. Yeah, thank you, Travis. That's really cool. It's really cool. Hopefully we'll we got some interesting stuff going with the Scud over here. Just watching a little deal over here. Let's see. Yeah, that's really awesome. Columbus has got some action going. There's some severe warned storms. We've got our storm here. And we'll wait and see what happens up north. This one, the moment doesn't seem to want to really get going. I might bump up the AC just a click or two. Get some on the phone, starting to feel a little warm. Start cooling things down. Scud pulling on the left. Yeah, we're going to watch this one for just a little bit more, and then I think we're going to leave it and go up north. And get ready for the late afternoon and evening fireworks. Well, the fireworks, the storm fireworks. And by the way, happy belated 4th of July to everyone. Hope it was a good one. Hopefully you had some time off. I know a lot of you are working. So I think at the moment, hey Connor, it was nice to meet you yesterday. Connor Roth from, where was that? Peterson, Kansas or something like that. Temperature, what's his temperature on the vehicle? 84 degrees here. 84 degrees, and we're near Fullerton, Nebraska. Archer, Palmer, Nebraska. Cushing, Nebraska. St. Paul. Looks like things have just kind of taking a break as far as action underneath the storm. But the storm on radar has not gone away. It's about the same size that it's always been. But what I've noticed about these is they're not really tracking south or anything like Phillipsburg, that's what it was. Connor from Phillipsburg, Kansas. Great to meet him yesterday at the Casey's gas station. These guys okay. That's really good. So look at this. We got two tails on this base right here. We got the right tail and we got the left tail. And if I look, it's very slowly rotating, very slowly rotating. And a little bit of rising scud there in the middle. But not enough to look ominous or threatening here. But at the same time, not really seeing anything going on exceptionally up to our north yet. Yeah, that's it, Lisa. It's really trying. I think it's having a hard time now, though. But it does have a nice base, like this thing right here, just a little tiny mezzo underneath of it. That circular formation there. Just gonna give it a little bit more, and then if it doesn't, I think it's gonna get smaller. So, why don't we, I think we're gonna make a change of direction. Yeah, Andy. There you go, participation trophy storm. Yes. Yep. Starting to reform though. It's mezzo shape on the bottom. But the problem is there's nothing up north that's even fired except up in South Dakota. Let's look at that stuff up there, and even that stuff, I don't know if it looks that good. Maybe it does. Let me look at it. I guess it looks somewhat okay. Let's look at satellite real quick. Helen, man, you need to back off a little bit if you ate all that. We don't want you to get sick, man. Katsu curry, so I've had curry, katsu curries, that sounds Japanese to me. Platte Colony storm. It's looking better. Platte Colony. Platte Center. You know what I find amazing is this thing has not moved a square inch since we've been here. Guys, it hasn't moved a square inch. Something different about that. But it's kind of building back. But they did take the severe warning off of it, so let's get on a closer look at the radar. Now it says it's tracking a little bit toward us. With a little bit of rotation. So, maybe it's starting to move. Hastings radar. All right, we're going to have to move from this location. Now we see some stuff beyond our storm real quickly back in there. See that stuff? Some storm popping up. This one has some scud forming underneath it right there. Actually, a little bit of a cut coming around here. Just got a little stronger on the hail core, so here's what our storm looks like on radar. So hail core on it, very mild-ish rotation. Of course, this is on the Hastings. Let's see what the Omaha radar is a little further away, but we'll look at that. If your fingers will allow me to. All right. But interesting, there's something firing underneath it, so maybe that's pulling this storm down to it. So we got some storm firing behind us. That almost looks like a cut wrapping around it. Kind of wrapping around like that. On a clear slot. Just has the form, but it just doesn't have the features. So it's picking up some lightning, and the storm underneath it will emerge, tracking toward us. you get a little nap, Lisa? That's good. That doesn't hurt anyone. Is this storm chaser a meteorologist? No, I'm not I am not a meteorologist. That is not what my degree is in. Just a storm chaser as far as that goes, but I do study the weather a bit. And I study it quite a bit experientially. Very good chance we're going to leave this storm and head just where to? I think anything firing up north. I know what else we're going to do. I'm just going to look at satellites. Let's do that real quick. Let's look at the satellite. And then we'll make our move. So we'll look at this together. I'm going to go to region. It'll be a little easier to see what we're in the picture. So this is what the satellite is showing right now for Nebraska. Look at all the cumulus. It's all these little white speckles out there. That's a lot of cumulus clouds. Looks like there's a boundary, perhaps right here, and also maybe coming north up through here. So kind of hard to tell, but so one of the targets has been this area right here. Nothing's firing, but stuff's definitely firing in South Dakota. It's just kind of staying there. Now the models show this stuff here firing and working its way back down this way, and it would have all of that cumulus here to work with. These are our storms down here from the look from outer space, and that's what we got. Now this one's definitely going away, so we're going to drop it and then move north, I believe. Find our next target. Do you want to drive? Okay, let's go up. Let's go 1 mile. Let's go 1 mile to our. Let's see. Let's go 1 mile, half a mile up here. Take a right, and then we'll work our way over to. Go down to 92, then we'll take 92 over to Clear there's some storms down to our south that are kind of going up down there, but the problem with down here is the potential down here is that there's a lot of cape. Which, you know, which means there's moisture and instability and fuel. I see what you're talking about. I think you're talking about Platte Center, but there's a lot of cape down here, but there's not a lot of vorticity down here. If we could combine that cape with some vorticity, then we would have a better situation. So let's give you a visual of that. We're going to go out plus 2 hours. First we're going to wait, left, to get out of this bumpy situation here at the moment and get onto a smoother road. All clear on my side. And so here we have some mezzo. 1 second here. We're going to change the focus here so that let's do that. And then it just switched on me, so decided to. So here you have 0 to 3 kilometer cape, and then that's in the red. And down where we were, which is down here, we had a lot of cape. But the blue up here is vorticity. And that is what gets stuff turning, spinning, turning around. Where you have the reds overlapping the blues, that is the ideal place to be, and that's why Freddie is sitting up there. It just went back to plus, it just went back to what current. Now if we go out 4 hours, get it, click on that, so plus, there's +2, there's +4, +6. Anyway, when you get the reds overlapping the blues, that's the ideal spot to be in. Because you have the cape, the ability for storms to go big, but you also have the ability of storms to spin. And so that's, if that makes any sense, correct me if I'm wrong. Absolutely. Jones hunting. Alright. It's way to go, everyone. It's way to go. So to fill you in on the plan here is now we're moving north. That was the pregame show. Well, 2 hours of pregame, yeah. Well, we gave it an effort. We didn't, you know. Yeah. Let's see, let's do this. Okay. But 9.1 miles. We're gonna turn left. God Struggler, good to see you. By the way, good to see you. Jones hunting. Let's see what's going on. Ready. Freddy's live. Oh, he's got a little something in there. Man, Summer Bird with $100 super chat. W. How's this work? Oh my lands. Look at Charlie, poor dog. Charlie. Jesus. Charlie. All right. Well, looks like they got a little something up there, but we got a little something down here too. So I think they're trying to get on that score button. 5.4 miles. We'll go up there just in time to get on. We'll go up there just in time to get on the yeah, thank you, Lisa. Things are a little bit mellow yellow side here. Looks like my stream is slow though. What's going on there? I might just cut the stream here a second. Let's see if that fixes it. Stream is not. I know the data is not all that good here. Now things look a little bit better on the stream there. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I will say Freddie and Eli and Charlie, they're the high energy group here, and Nathaniel and I are the super high energy group. Right? Over there is where you just kind of get.
That's where you go to just get brain
Daniel says you go there to get brain fry, so okay. But Freddie's gonna find the tornado, so we're gonna go find Freddie. So if he gets the tornado, we're gonna get the tornado. So let's go in.
Go find Freddie. We actually go to find Freddie.
Yes. It's good to have the blend. And there we go. So we're gonna head up north, and you know, we're going to intercept some stuff. Now that thing up by Marty, it's up by Niobrara, is looking like a decent storm. The problem up there, yeah, South Dakota radar. Let's try that. Don't have the greatest radar, but our stuff down here is done. So we're moving north. Yeah, you're right, Travis. He does find crazy stuff. And we have a kitten too. We have a kitten now at the house, but we not sure how long we're gonna have it. It's kind of driving me a little nuts. Just to have a 1-year-old cat and a 7-month-old puppy Labrador, and then to have a kitten, it's just like not 6 months, 7 months. Well, it's like insanity right now in any house. Pray for Melody.
No, it's not that. Nola's great.
Yeah, Nola's awesome. One of these days, guys, members, I'm wanting to do a member stream. I don't know what you'll think of this, but I have been working hard with Nola, our mostly Labrador retriever, but I've been working with her
Labrador, German
on
Shepherd, Siberian.
catching the frisbee. She is phenomenal at it. So I'm trying to develop her to be world class at catching the frisbee. So
She is very good.
problem is she keeps taking them out places and dumping them and losing them. And I have to go all over the yard and try to find them.
She's good at catching them, but
Oh,
she
she's
doesn't want to give it back.
fantastic at catching. But then she doesn't want to give it back. No, that's you're right. All right, Travis, we'll mail that kitten to you. think it could be done.
I don't know if many of them are happy.
Oh, I like the kitten stage, Sonia. I like it. It's just, I'm afraid Nola's going to eat the kitten, and that's the thing that's the most stressful thing. You know, you don't want the kitten to be eaten. Nola wants to play with the kitten, but man, Nola's, almost 60 pounds, and the kitten's like a half a pound.
Kid like doesn't even exist. It's like that.
Kitten maybe weighs a pound. I don't know.
It weighs like 2. I think it weighs 2 pounds.
Yeah, Diane, we've been working on the treat thing. Problem is we're out of treats right now, so I don't know. I think we're getting treats today, actually. All right, so we are now officially blasting north, and here's what's happening. As you can see on the left, we have our maps up, and we're moving north. On the right, we have our radar. Let's go ahead and go on the screen. There we are in the middle of these kind of just weak storms right now. But there's an MD out in this area, but I don't think we're going to. We might grab a watch, but now we're moving up into this area where there is a severe thunderstorm watch. And it might be some of these storms. The models are showing these storms to be kind of tracking down this way. So we're heading up there now and going to try to intercept this group of storms. See, we're down here. We've got Neely in there. That'll get us up in the area. And then any of these that looks like some are starting to fire a little bit up in here. But any of them that get going, start coming this way, we should be in position to be able to capitalize on the situation. By the way, just appreciate everybody and some of the gifts that have been given today. Michael Brown with the super chat. That was really cool. Also James with the super chat. Seismic Mike with the super chat. Appreciate that too. Ice Trimming. And then Travis with the 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate you guys doing that. Looks like we got, so if this is a ambulance, you're gonna have to slow down to a complete stop. Matter of fact, start slowing down. You got an emergency vehicle coming this way. Just slow down, come to a complete stop, pull off to the side of the road. Put your flashes on. Just pull off the side of the road. Just as much as you can. Not all the way off the road. Just pull off the side of the road. Yeah, just like that. Just like that. Give him all the room he needs. Okay, that's yeah, thanks Travis. Oh, your lab would. Well, your lab was, Amy, your lab is just a little too nice. But I don't know, labs are just nice in general. Yeah, they're just nice. They bark a little, but then they're wagging their tail at the same time, which is, I'd rather have a nice dog than a mean dog. Oh, my lens. Okay. Yeah, I know it. You know, I always say that kids used to get frustrated with me because I didn't like our previous cat. Well, Oreo. I called him Dodo and all this other stuff, but the thing is, you know, they would say, "Oh, you don't like the cat." I said, "No, I like the cat. It's just the cat doesn't like me. That's the problem. The cat doesn't like me." But Oreo was a little mean to me. No, he wasn't really mean to me. He just
He tossed the cat outside.
yeah, that cat.
I was walking up the garage steps. He tossed the cat out of the garage right to me. That's so funny.
Yeah, so we got a storm. We're looking at this storm off to our north here. Can you see that? I zoomed in on it. You see that thing powering up back there? I'm pretty sure that's the one just on the other side of the Nebraska border. It's severe warned. It's just into South Dakota. And it's getting going right now. Then there's also one to the south of that one. So this is the one I'm referring to up there, North Dakota or South Dakota. It's up here at Marty. It's not all that big, but see, there's one on this side now. Those kind of merge, and it merges south, and it ends up getting going then. But look here, we got a little something in between at Creighton. If that fires, then maybe we'll get that. So. Just give it a shot right now. I think you got a curve here. So. Sometimes too, if it hasn't rained for a while and the roads, if there's oil on the road, it can get slick. Just caution. This one doesn't look, because this road actually has a lot of kind of loose gravel built into it. It's the Loop River. It's the Loop River. It's up too. That loop has got some water in it. 89%. We'll go ahead and just keep charging it. We get her up closer to 100%. And the you stop for anything? How are we doing on fuel?
About half. I'm gonna stop that. Use the bathroom.
Okay. Why don't we pull in here, pull up to the gas pump?
I was forgetting.
It's on your side. Just put it over here.
Which one? Farther?
Shut this off. Either way. Yeah, go to the far one. That way the person behind us can. Okay.
Closer and farther.
You want me to drive for a while? Or you gonna drive some?
Sure.
Okay. Let me transfer some stuff then. Go ahead and shut her
This
off.
seat right here.
A little bit to the left.
Like right here.
Yeah, keep it out of the way there. Yeah, unhook it now. Might have to give it to me. Yeah,
It's chocolate.
I gotta kind of form it a little bit, then put some moisture on it. Just set it over there. I'll deal with it. Let me put this back 'cause it's getting low on battery. All right, a little bit of a. Your wallet's over here too. You guys have been cooped up in the car a little bit. We'll uncoop you. We're working on. Zoom out, jeepers. We're working on. See a lot of dust on the. That's from last night when we were chasing. Kansas roads. Kansas roads. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this back up. ones. Not too bad. Windshield's pretty good. One little crack in it. That one's pretty good. That's a glacier ice. That's glacier ice. There's a lot of ice in there. Guys, there's a storm blowing up over there, so I want you to see that.